G'day world, and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications, and outdoor stuff with knives. Today, I've got a knife here that really impressed the heck out of me. Okay, we have this beautiful pouch. It says Pickled steel, and then on the inside, we have extra pocket clip, extra hardware, and a little Torx bit, and we have our microfiber cloth, and it's one of these nice, fluffy pouches. And this is the knife. Okay, so this thing, it's an OEM design, okay? But you can get it under Remette Rhino if you are in America, and I think Europe. I think Europe also. And then you get it in South Africa under Pickled steel. Okay, those are the only two places I know of that has the right to make this thing. Anyway, well, it's made at the same OEM. Anyway, we are done with that. Now look at this. I really like this micarta. It's not like the full-on fluffy micarta, and it's not like the shiny micarta. I really enjoy this. Nice traction. It feels awesome in hand. Fantastic. The styling on this knife is quite nice. Look at that golden pivot collar over there. And then we have the nice bead blasted metal everywhere for the pocket clip. Nice pocket clip, deep carry, recessed with recessed screws. T6s. Not my favorite for body screws, but that's not a problem. And then we have our normal T8 pivot. And look at that button. But this button, there's something special about it. Okay, we do have a top flipper. I can't do that very nicely, but the thumb studs work fantastic. Oh, look at me trying to go for a liner. And yes, it looks like a button lock. Can we reverse flick it? Yes, we can. Button lock. Can we put our finger in that little hole over there? Yes, we can. Can we slow roll this thing out using the hole? Yes, we can. So this knife is, well, you can even do the button lock thing. And yes, if you press it, it acts exactly like a button lock. Okay, but when we look over here, all of a sudden we see a liner with a little detent ball, thus giving it the wonderful detent. But look at this liner now. Do you see it over there? Look at the back. Do you see the liner over there as well? When you press the button, it goes away. Look at it popping up again. Okay, so we have our stop pin for closing over here, when it's in the closed position over there, and then the stop pin over there, where it actually locks. These things do not touch, but it looks like they should be also help with. It looks like they should also help with locking, but they are not. They are just a hair away from the scales. But again, look at this wonderful. Okay, yes, there we can see it. Look at that. It blocks it on the front and the back. Let me get a piece of paper. I'm not going to open this thing, but I want to show you what it looks like. Actually, on, I think it's Remette site. On Remette site, you get the exploded view of this knife. Then you can see everything. And Johan Jordan was kind enough to take one apart to show everybody what it looked like on the inside. Just give me a second. I need to get a pencil. Is that a pencil? There we go. Okay. It's a carpenter's pencil. It's not that I'm struggling to write. Anyway, so the thing, according to my wonderful... Okay, I'm an artist, so I'm drawing this exactly the way it is. No, I'm kidding. But the thing, the liner lock that pops up, it looks like that. Over there we can see the one side, and on that side we can see the other side of it. So it's popping out and it's holding the knife in both positions. Okay, then we also have that little detent ball over there, which gives us a perfect detent. Now on this side, we have a thing that looks like this. Okay, I'm gonna draw it like a, yeah, okay, I think Johan Jordan described it as a lollipop. So do you see that little stem over there? There, the little stem going into this button. Okay, yes, now the button on top of it is movable. Look at it. You see it's moving around? Can you see that? It can swivel around. Yes, you can kind of see it swiveling. Okay, so it's swiveling around. So it's swiveling on top of that thing. Why? Because as it goes that way, do you see the angle is changing? Anyway, so the angle is changing. So if this was a stationary button or a solid button, it would get caught on the sides. So that's why it's wobbly. Okay, but it does have a washer on the inside to keep it captured. Okay, so it does have a thing on the inside, a washer over there, so it keeps it captured, so it's not going to fall out on you. Okay, for example, if this thing was stationary, try to press it just on the side. You're not going to be able to do it. It's going to feel like it sticks. But when you press it, it goes down. Okay, so that's quite nice. So the engineering that went into this thing, although it is super simple, a button actuating a liner, but more than a normal liner, is fantastic. And it can't be too expensive. It's not like a shark lock or something where you have to make lots and lots and lots of little parts. So I think this is a revolutionary lock style, and I would love to see this on many, many more knives. Thank you again, Pickled Steel, for bringing this thing to us. I love this knife. The blade shape on this thing is wonderful. I love the cutout. I love the bead blasted finish. Over there we see the Pickled Steel. Over there we see 14C28N Ragnar. Okay. Oh, that is marvelous. Action on this thing is fantastic. This knife gives us a few... It's like a easy compression lock. Okay. Compression locks. See? You buy a compression made easy, so it feels like a button. This one has a button. It's like a liner lock, but you do not have to worry about the liner. Okay, it's like a button lock, but safer. Lots of people are still a bit twitchy on the whole button thing because it's only engaging with the blade at the back a little bit. Now this thing is not, because this thing actually locks on both sides, at the back and at the front. Okay, so... Oh, and the other thing, because it's got that little thing in there, the liner will never be able to move all the way over. Okay, so even if it wears in, it's only going to go away before the button stops it, or the little stem or post or whatever you call it stops it. The package you get in this knife is fantastic, and the value is definitely there. So if you have not looked at one of these, go give it a look. They are fantastic. Like I said, here in South Africa, you get them from Pickled Steel. Oh, and people have been asking me in the comments. Sorry, I haven't been answering comments for a very long time. I will get into that again. So one day you're going to get 20 replies from me as I'm fighting through my list. It's the beginning of the year. Things are still tough to get up and running in my real life and work. Anyway, so... Comments. Oh, people were asking me in comments if they want things from Pickled Steel, for example, the customs that you can get nowhere else, or the modified knives like the Stuff We Do limited edition, which there are still a few of. Well, there's still a few left. Anyway, you can get them from overseas. The only thing you need to do is you go to www.pickledsteel.co.za, contact Aldo, and he will arrange shipping for you to anywhere in the world. I think so. I might be making promises on somebody's behalf, but I'm pretty sure he said, yes, they do have their export licenses and things in place, and they can export now everywhere. So, yes, contact them. Yeah, that's me. It's Saturday. I'm not going to do other things now because we're going for breakfast, but yeah, it's very early still. And we have horrible load shedding again. We're back to stage 6, which means today we have 4 hours without power, then 4 more hours without power, then later on 2 more hours without power. So that's fantastic. Save some of your knife money and buy inverters and big, big batteries. Okay, all of you stay safe, happy. Have a good one. Goodbye.